What's up, everybody? Matt Shepherd Fishing. Today I want to give you guys a walkthrough on my kayak. I fish out of the Wilderness Systems Recon 120. I've been fishing out of this kayak for nearly 3 years, and it changes, my setup does, from time to time depending on what body of water I'm fishing on, what mood I'm in at that moment, and kind of what I need to suit my needs in that particular moment. I find like a base, I guess you could say, a base setup that I have, and I just change a few things around at that moment to suit my needs at that time. But anyway, man, let's go over it. I'm gonna go through everything I have. At the front, I carry the Guardian Angel navigation light. It's just something without me having to drill more holes, running more wire throughout my kayak. This right here suits my needs. It's just quick. I put the little bracket under the paddle part right there, and it snaps right on. It doesn't go anywhere, and that's it. It's inexpensive, and it's quick to put on and quick to take off. Next, I run Kayak double header paddle holder. That is a must. That right there was a great investment for me. Relatively inexpensive, keeps your paddle out of the way, and it keeps it handy nearby. You don't have to fiddle and mess with a bunch of stuff. When I need it, it's right there. I know where it is, and if I want to lock it down, all I have to do is just that right there. Put one on it and it holds it. Great little accessory for a kayak. To anchor, I have the Anchor Wizard, and I run that in conjunction with the Kayak anchor trolley. I just pull my line out, run it through the loop, and with my anchor and anchor off, or I use the Kayak stakeout pole, and I either put this through the anchor trolley and anchor off the front or the back with this shoved down in shallow water, or I might pop it through an Omega rod holder tube, and I turn the Omega rod holder tube upside down and spin it and have it sitting right here, and I'll put the stakeout pole in right here, and I anchor off the front, and that keeps my kayak from swaying back and forth. Definitely use the Kayak leverage landing net to land my fish. Try to land most of my fish. Sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes they're going to get off regardless, but I've caught more fish and I've saved my catches by not losing them, of course, with this than I have without it. For filming, don't always use the front camera. Just depends on where I'm fishing. If I'm fishing on the river and I know it's going to be a hassle getting under trees with it and over tree, whatever the case, you know, when I can, I bring that along. I run it off of one of these little battery packs. I think it was like 20 bucks at Walmart. I'm able to run my camera for about 20 hours off of that one battery, and keep my phone charged at the same time. I run 2 of those. This one's for the rear camera, and I have both cameras mounted on. This is the Kayak Boomstick, and this is the Kayak Panfish Pro. Definitely wear my life vest at all times. It doesn't matter if I'm fishing in a tournament, online event, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. If I'm just fun fishing, I wear my life vest. I've used several different brands, and the Chinook, in my opinion, for me, is comfortable. It's US Coast Guard approved. It's comfortable, and it's lightweight. So it's got the pockets. I keep my pliers. Sometimes I keep my pliers in there. I keep my phone. This is a Rode fishing tether, phone tether. I keep that on there, and I keep my phone tucked down in one of the pockets. I keep lures, weights, various things in the pockets when I need them, my clips, things like that. I have the Newport Vessels NK180S 1.8 horsepower kayak motor, and I have that mounted in the back, of course. I haven't finished with this, but I've used it several times. I just hadn't switched out my lines, and I had a Minn Kota 40-pound thrust on the back with the Wilderness Systems stern mount, and I switched out and left everything that was already plumbed. I just left it and just threw the mount on and hooked this up and switched out the plug on the NK180S motor, and that was it. I have the pigtail, the NK180S pigtail, that right there allows me to kind of quick disconnect, so I can just take the motor off and not have to worry about taking the throttle off. And if you guys know about the NK180S, this is the primary cable. Without the pigtail, this right here goes into the back of that, and when you take the motor off, you have to take this off and either disconnect it from the throttle or take the throttle in the motor, put it in your vehicle. I just leave this on the kayak and doing transporting and don't have any issues. So that right there is a good little investment. The Newport Vessels NK180S is a 24 volt system, and I run an Amp Outdoors 24 volt 50 amp hour battery for that, and I've been on the water approximately, I'll say about 12 to 13 hours this past Sunday, and didn't even run the battery. Brought it home, threw it on the charger, and it only took about an hour and a half for it to recharge. Great. Amp Outdoors, big shout out to Amp Outdoors, love them. Customer service is amazing, the batteries are amazing, and just a great company altogether. For sitting down, definitely this is a must. Gotta have the kayak cushion. Got to have the kayak cushion. Staying on the water 12, 13, 14 hours at a time, yeah, your butt and your back's gonna hurt. I don't care who you are, how much meat you got on your tushy, how much whatever good your back is, you got to have the kayak cushion. It's gonna save you, trust me. If you don't know, get you one and then you will know. For tackle storage, I have the Yak Attack Black Pack Pro. This is the 13 by 16. It suits my needs. I normally carry 5 to 6 Plano Edge boxes, but I'm trying to dumb that down to just 1 or 2, and I gotta have one with my terminal tackle, so I always bring that. And then I use a Plano 3700 regular box, and I just throw some stuff in there that I might need, and that gets me through the day if I don't get hung up and lose all my stuff. I have 6 rod holders. I bought 2 extra for this. I think it was 2. I can't remember. I think it is 2. I think it only comes with 4 rod holders, and I think I had to buy 2 extra. I can't remember. Might have had to buy 3 extra. I'm not sure. Use Lowrance electronics. Looking to upgrade sometime in the near future. I want to go with live target. Definitely want to get that. But bending branches, paddle I use when I need to use one. Big shout out to Fish Hog. Love you guys. That's my bag. I just use a Cabela's tackle bag. Keep my soft plastics in that. Normally it's plumb slam full and weighs about 30 pounds. But this right here is just basic silicone jacketed thin copper 8-gauge wire. That's all that is, and I ran it through from front to back off of the Marine Co. plug all the way through, and I got it on a 75 amp circuit breaker. Carry my extra prop with me because you never know, and some extra shear pins. Don't want to be one of those guys that get out on the water and pop prop brakes or shear pin brakes and I'm stranded way up river or the lake, miles away from the boat ramp, and have to paddle back or rely on somebody to tow me back. I've had to be towed before, and it wasn't really all that bad, but it was like a shot to the pride, you know what I'm saying? My rod and reels, I use Kayak rods for the most part, always paired with Shimano reels. I do like the 13 Fishing Defy Black GN2 rods, lightweight, and I use them from time to time, especially if I'm beating around a pond or just bait fishing. I primarily use these rods for that. One last thing, big shout out to Fat Boys Bait Shack. Tommy, great guy, makes some awesome lures, custom made baits. He's located in Suffolk, Virginia. www.fatboys.com. And that's about it, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I hope I didn't ramble on too much, and I hope my country slang didn't throw you guys off. I know I talk crazy, but that's just me.